Good morning, and thank you for being here. Executive Director Schaefer, thank you for the work that you are helping occur in Southern York County with regard to our hatcheries and our trout stocking. It is very much appreciated. And Executive Director Burhans, wanted to talk to you about the feedback that I received last year. Actually, I received a lot of feedback from sportsmen in my district who were upset with this potential transferring of reserves from the Game Commission to the Clean Streams Fund. As a matter of fact, one constituent from Pelham Borough, a small municipality that I represent, said that this was essentially stealing money designated for game lands. I then had 73 other constituents who all voiced very similar concerns. And I heard them loud and clear. And my colleagues here and we adjusted. And I was grateful to hear you say today that if you want to move the needle, that you need to address wildlife habitats. Because it sounds to me from the testimony that you've provided here today that you too have adjusted and seen that assuring clean water is important for our wildlife habitats as well. So it was really much to my surprise, after hearing about what is an appropriate use of funds with the Game Commission, that I was contacted by a reporter about legislation that I had authored last session that banned state agencies, departments, commissions from hiring lobbyists, because I thought that practice had gone by the wayside until I was informed that the Game Commission is on a $10,000 per month contract with a lobbying firm. Now, this is in addition to the individual who's employed as the legislative liaison who is charged with interacting with legislators. Can you please explain to my hunters back home how you, being the only state entity to hire a lobbyist for more than $100,000 for the year to lobby state legislators, is an effective use of their fees that they pay in hunting licenses?
Sure, absolutely. It's simply to help us build capacity. I mean, working with the legislature is critical to every state agency in this Commonwealth.
Well, the Fish and Boat Commission is here. They don't have a lobbyist. The Department of State, the Department of Corrections, the Department of Environmental Protection, they haven't. We haven't had a state agency, department, or commission hire a lobbyist since 2007.
Well, they have more staff than our focus on legislative liaison, and we are looking at restructuring internally, so we have more boots on the ground, if you will, to build those relationships with the Senate and the House. It's very important to this agency. We continue to build those relationships. We're a large, have a lot going on in Pennsylvania. It impacts a lot of people. So it's not an easy job.
I would contend that the Department of Human Services also has a lot going on in Pennsylvania. It impacts a lot of people. So let me ask you this. In your testimony today, you indicated that Pittman-Robertson funds must be used for the administration of an agency and the restoration of habitat. So you can't administer your agency without hiring a lobbyist?
Well, no. I mean, the partnership between us and you is absolutely critical. You're the lawmakers. So our relationships and our ability to support your efforts, to provide you information, to everything we do as an agency.
Is it appropriate to use these funds under Pittman-Robertson to build relationships with legislators?
Well, these weren't used for, it wasn't a Pittman-Robertson grant, but whether or not it was the right thing to do, I felt.
This wasn't a Pittman-Robertson grant either.
What's that? I'm sorry.
When it was proposed that Clean Streams funds be used.
Correct.
How's it any different?
Well, I look at it as any other contractor that the agency uses to complete our mission work. We have herbicide sprayers. We have a number of contractors that basically enhances our capacity. At the time and the issues that the agency was dealing with, we felt it necessary to get some additional help until we could restructure internally and restructure so we had more capacity to work more with the Senate and House.
Well, I appreciate your answers today, but I have to tell you, Executive Director, I think there's a reason why no other agency, department, or commission has hired a lobbyist since 2007, and I question that use. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.